Yeah. Welcome to the beatzillapdx official show. Hey, I am your host, beatzillapdx, and you can follow me on platforms such as Instagram, beatzillapdx, Twitter, beatzillapdx, and of course on Facebook, beatzillapdx, and on YouTube at beatzillapdx official. And you can also follow my podcast at Anchor FM, and that is Our Real Truth with Beatzilla PDX official. You can also email me at ourrealtruth at gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth at gmail.com. All right. Had a little bit of technical difficulty, so I am a late. Please forgive that. Okay. All right. So, title of this show is Hey, what's up, Silent D? Title of this show is about more Oregon Black history. As you can see, the ladies on the screen are a few pioneers out here in Oregon who kind of did some groundwork uh, and settled here. See, what a lot of people don't know is slavery was still going on in the North. Yeah. Now, it's kind of speculated that some people who were coming north with their slaves uh, intended to leave the South coming out here for a white utopia. But what they did is they actually brought their slaves from the South to help them basically be as security guards for the Oregon Trail. That's a large part that's left out of the story. But yeah, so we're going to touch on that today. Let me see. This first article, let me go here. Okay, so this is an article that came out back in 2019. It says, yes, there were black slaves in the Pacific Northwest. Historians are making our region confront it. So, an author has written a book about Oregon history. Come to find out that some of his ancestors brought slaves to Oregon. So, as he was looking up his family's history, he found out that hey, we own slaves, and of course, that's all the way here in Portland, Oregon, not Alabama or Mississippi. Now, a lot of people don't understand the origin of this state and the reason why people are coming out here. It was to settle new land for the former slave owner population. So that's why they were coming here. So what they did is they came, brought their slaves to help them get all their stuff established here, and then immediately passed laws that excluded the slaves from staying. So the males had 3 or 2 years to get out of town, get out of the territory, and the women had 3 years to get out of the territory. That's Oregon. So, oh, also, on the breaking news side of things, looks like Canada beat America in the race of actually declaring the Proud Boys terrorists. Congratulations, Canada. So now up there, let's see if America follows suit on that one. seriously doubt it. Because again, like I always say, these are relatives of people. So these people aren't gonna look to get charges pressed on these Proud Boys, and definitely don't want them to be looked at as terrorists. Right now, we're even dealing with something to where racists are complaining about being called racist. Well, don't be racist. Um, so, with that being said, we saw the Proud Boys lay siege on the U.S. Capitol. At the same time, you have Canada being able and having the boldness to classify the Proud Boys, those same people that organized the attack on the Washington Capitol, uh, call them terrorists. See, what they did was they went after the actual situation. What's happening here in America is everybody's trying to hide their racism with Donald Trump. There is no Trump in Canada, but the Proud Boys are very much a threat. Here, everybody wants to make it seem like, oh no, oh, it's Trump, it's Trump, it's Trump. No, no, it's not. Cut it out. We've grown up with these racist people all our whole lives. Why now are we sitting up here acting like it's new? Ain't new to me. We've dealt with racism. I'm 44 years old. My entire life. Before, when I first started school, I got the N word dropped on me every day in kindergarten. These are these people's children. We're not finna sit up here and play this game. It's all about Trump. No, it's not. This is who you are, America. You ain't hide behind one person. He incited a riot. One person. You guys, well, who incited 400 years? And these police officers and Joe Biden's crime bill. Who the hell incited that? That's me. Stop being cowards. Attack the actual issue like Canada did. Canada is not overly known for being the tough guys, but look at the stance they made before America. Hmm. But that's the trend of America. America never listens to the dirt it does. It's beyond reproach, beyond criticism, but always asserting itself as the moral authority. Well, we're going to dig in a little bit more to some of that sentiment, and at least as it pertains to my neck of the woods. So let's look at these women here. These sisters who were pioneers, the lady in the left corner at the top is Mary Jane Shirley Drake, one of the former freeds, or one of the freed slaves that made her way out here to pioneer. Uh, yes. Oh man. Yes, indeed, Silent D. Uh, so yeah, back to this sister here. She's one of our old, well, pioneers. And then the sister that is on the bottom, right beneath her, is Louisa Sewell and child. It does not identify gender or name of the child, but it just says her and child. And then, of course, the sister that's on the right is Matilda Booth Thatcher, grandmother of Booth Flowers. So, some people who have made impacts out here. And then there's also Mona Mia Travers. I think I'm saying that right. And some people also had a nickname for her as Mommy. I don't have her picture because I couldn't find it. But she is also one of the ones who came during the Oregon Trail. She was a slave that was bought. Matter of fact, let me see here. I got this, don't I? Is this her? Mona me? Yes. Okay, so it looks like Mona Mia Travers. That's her name. So let's see here. Mona Mia Travers was born in Virginia around 1801 and was brought to Fort Vancouver by Captain Llewell Jones prior to 1850. Captain Jones purchased Mona Mia from her previous owner, Isaac Burbage, in April of 1849. Prior to the Joneses' journey to the Oregon Territory. In a manumission, which is a act of slave owners setting their slaves free, document recorded in May 1851, Jones states he is giving her freedom unconditionally and she is in all respects free to go and do as may seem to her most to her advantage, without let or hindrance from me, my agents, heirs, or assigns. Um, yeah. So some people came here up north to free their slaves, which is cool. Now, not everybody wanted that, really. So what they did here was when they came here for the Oregon Trail, uh, they had these people still. They legalized slavery and they justified legalizing slavery for a period of time, which was 3 years. And within that 3 years, you're basically supposed to have your slaves build up your land, free them, and get them the hell out of the state. And if you didn't, then the state government would come in, free your slaves, and ride them on out of town. This is Oregon. Now, if this was going on up here, you can only imagine what was going on in other places. I mean, really though. So they were fighting black people being in the state of Oregon. So what they had and they developed is something called the Lash Law. So if you look up Oregon black exclusion laws, one of the laws that's in it is called the Lash Law, meaning after being freed from slavery, if you decided to stick around longer than 3 years for a man, or longer than 2 years for a man, longer than 3 years for a woman, every 3 months you would be called upon to get whipped until you decided to leave. They would legally whip folk, black folk, because they wasn't leaving. Slavery's done. So again, when people, oh man, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves and all of this, man. Hey, let me tell you something. Lincoln was one of the people between him from Jefferson to Lincoln. These are the people who were establishing these people out here. And so don't get it twisted and get convoluted like, oh, they gave a crap about black folks. No, they did not. That was business. It was money. This shows you how they really felt about black folks. This next one I'm going to read. So in the midst of people trying to get their rights here and get settled and, just enjoy the freedoms of America, so to speak. Well, not everybody felt so inviting. So they had open, contested debates. And here's an excerpt from one of those said debates. I'm going to replace the letter N for the letter J. Okay? So just to let you know, because you're going to hear this quite often. Okay, so let's go. it begins off saying jiggers should never be allowed to mingle with whites. They would amalgamate and raise the most miserable race of human beings. If jiggers are allowed to come among us and mingle with whites, it will cause a perfect state of pollution. Jiggers always retrograde until they get back to the state of barbarity from whence they originated. The Almighty has put his mark on them, and they are a different race of human beings. Let any gentleman read the history of a physician that has dissected a jigger. He was really upset, wasn't he? And see what you'll find. Their very brain is tinctured with black. Now, if he's saying he's really read a physician's journal that said that, well, then that means physicians lie. The only way you saw a black brain on anybody was because of cancer, man. And you knew what cancer was. So you can't say that all black folks are born with black in their brains. That means they would be cancer. And it's funny that he used a reference of the mark and the Almighty. If you want to go know what that mark looks like, go look up Moses' sister, Miriam. She got that mark. It wasn't black. When Moses went to Pharaoh and stuck his hand in his jacket, they say he pulled it out and it was leprosy. So, there's that part. All right. Looks like my camera froze. I don't know what's going on with that. All right. Well, I'm going to go on anyway. So, with that being said, in not 19 anything. In 1844, in the Oregon Trail, the slaves were used to what they called tame the way. So they would keep the slaves around to basically interact with the natives, um, and also fight off and wild animals. I'm pretty sure they were also the hunters as well, the slaughterers of the meat. So you would have to guess that they had them doing all the work that they would have been doing on the plantation on the road because they were still property. Um, for some reason, when you read about this in like in our Oregon uh, Oregon history, they often refer to these people as they don't even call them indentured servants. They kind of dance around the fact that they were slaves. Well, no, not kind of dance around it. They absolutely dance around the fact that they were slaves. So, the verbiage there is pretty interesting. Uh, so when you go look up some of these things, you'll find this information, but the wording is really slick. However, if you had a person in your possession, then yes, that's slavery. I don't know how we get away from that, but whatever. Um, so we've covered a few things here in Oregon. Fast forward that to today. What do we see? We see a lot more non-black people in the street than we have ever seen before. Um, However, for some reason, even here, a lot of it gets focused back onto the black community. And now, don't get me wrong. If they get out there for a issue that affects black folks, that's cool. However, some of the stuff that they've been doing, like the whole ICE thing, that got nothing to do with us. you know. So that's the big difference there. Like that ICE thing is really not our fight. It's not our battle. Not as black folk. Now, don't get me wrong. Let me see. I'm gonna fix this here. Go back. Okay, I'm trying to fix this camera thing. I don't know if it's gonna let me do what I need to do. Let's see. All righty. Let's just do like that. Okay. So, again, the history of Oregon, which is the history of the United States. This is the 33rd state in the Union, the white utopia of America, which has now been related. Portland now has came up in an article recently relating this place to Pompeii, which, if anybody's familiar with that, the funny connection with that is Pompeii was destroyed by Mount Vesuvius. And if you know anything about Oregon or Portland, Portland basically sits in between a bunch of volcanoes, active volcanoes at that. Uh, so, so to be related to that is kind of interesting. Let me see. Let me show you this. So there's the article, and it's a trip because this is basically the place where this is like a covert hub. They have one of them Bohemian Grove type joints here. Um, I think that's like the Bohemian Grove offsite place that's here in Oregon. It's really weird looking too. It's like Babylon meets Egypt. So yeah, I mean it's a lot of Moloch worship going on over there for people who are aware of those type of things. um, so again, just dropping some information here. I tried to do a show earlier this week, but the sound was janky. What I will do is try to redo that, re-record that, and I'll probably be uploading that as a podcast and uploading it on YouTube. Um, so, with that being said, this was not going to be a long video. I just wanted to share a little bit of information for Black History Month, which is a 365-day thing here for the foundational Black American family. I got something to do on another topic that I will do as an independent broadcast uh, aside from this one. So, with that being said, this has been the beatzillapdx official show. You can follow me at Instagram, beatzillapdx. You can follow me at Twitter, beatzillapdx. And you can follow me at Facebook, beatzillapdx. And also, of course, follow this channel, like, share the videos, please. It just helps people get to this channel. Let them see what we're doing over here, representing the new black media in my own little lane over here. Um, if you need to email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to support this movement, you can always hit the Cash App at $beatzillapdx. And, let me go ahead and do something here. Let me see. So many things upon the future. Oh, we're not doing that one. No. Let's get it right. Yeah, there we go. Hey, that is the outro music, folks. Yeah, this is how we're going to do. So like I said, and like I say every time that we meet, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Hey, can't save this place. And all the dirt that it already has, hey, don't let that dirt rub off on you. So again, oh, if you want to, I just opened up a Patreon. I'm still in the process of setting that one up because I want to do some more things that can't be done on YouTube, and I would like to do some things as a group. So that would be cool. So all you content creators that are along the same vein, please, by all means, let's get it together. Another thing I'm looking at doing, I want to at least get an open Facebook channel with a few Black health or nutritionalists who can upload nutrition videos. Now, when I say this, I also mean nutrition. So we're not giving medical advice; we're just giving nutritional advice. So I want to make sure I put that out there first. For anybody's like, hey, this can cure cancer. No, 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 no. That's not what we want to do. We just want to give the information out there. People can make the determinations for themselves for their own health benefits. And you could just give them the information. They could research it at their leisure. But these are the things on the horizon, folks. Shout out to the members of our Cabulon. Yes, indeed. Tina Berry. Yes, indeed. Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur. You know, we are definitely trying to make some moves here. So with that being said, I'm gone, y'all. Hey, peace.